G'day, Stu from UAV Futures here, and this is the review of the DT140 Space Wolf. And you know, I wonder what a wolf would sound like with a big space helmet on. But what we're going to be doing today, besides making some very lame introductions, what we're going to be checking out is this little 3-inch racer drone from here. Now this is from Fury Bee. This is the part 2. If you want to see the part 1, the text and the specs, we'll put it on the bench. A little card should pop up here. You can go watch that now. But this is the good one. This is where we take this little 3-inch racer out to the field, rip it around and have a heap of fun and show you just what this little bad boy can do. Now, some quick little notes. We do hit it with the speed gun. This one has some bigger motors than some things than I guess on these 3 inches than we're sort of used to, like 1506s. It absolutely rips, and we even stick a GoPro on there, and I'm kind of pleasantly surprised with how a little 3-inch actually handles that. So, that's it. Let's get on with the fun stuff. Show you guys some DVR, some GoPro, hand over to Crash Test Cal, hit it with the speed gun, and find out, is the little Fury Bee, a DT Space Wolf, gonna be the right FPV drone for you? So, let's cut it to the field, rip it around in 3, 2, 1. Ooh! Rightio, out here in the field, about to rip it around with the Fury Bee DT Space Wolf, whatever it is. I'll link it down below. I'm going to show you guys some DVR and possibly some GoPro footage. I'm not sure, because look, this 3-inch, it's not really made for it, but it does have some bigger motors. So we'll check some footage out, then we'll hand it over to Crash Test Cal, see what he thinks as well. And guess what? Cal's here today. It's actually Grumpy Trev being the slacker, so leave some grief down below. So I'm not sure I'm not sure when we're going to be seeing GT, but enough rambling. Let's rip it around and have some fun with the little Space Wolf. All right, let's do it. Radio on board with the Space Wolf, and there's two things straight off the bat I want to talk about. Number one, check this pair out. I mean, for a budget little 3-inch racer, it has plenty of poke. And number two, you might be thinking, Stuart, that video reception looks terrible. And yeah, you guys would be correct. I was definitely feeling like I was being held back by the video reception. It wasn't coming through very clear whatsoever. There was a little bit of moisture in the air, but that will all come clear. It's a little bit embarrassing, actually, when we see what happens when Cal's flying around. You think, of course, that makes a lot of sense now. So with this DVI out of the way, what I want to do, this is what was special for me. You can put a GoPro on these little 3-inch racing quads. Now for me, this is going to be perfect for those people. You might look at this speed. I mean, with a GoPro on there, it's crazy to think how far these little 3 inches are going to come. But you are going to get some shorter flight times because they're not made to carry a GoPro, but this thing handled it like a champ, but the flight times were just a little bit reduced. Now right here, we're sort of chasing around Cal. We've been getting right into these electric skateboards, having a lot of fun, skating to a spot, and then ripping a few little packs out. And I think these drones, they're going to be perfect for people. They want a value little racer, you know, for 135 bucks, it's pretty good value. You can take it to any park, rip it around. You don't have to worry about the weight limit. It's not nearly as intimidating as some of the other bigger drones out there. And it still packs an absolute punch and is a real little weapon on the racetrack if you've got the skills to pay the bills. I mean, look at this. It's pretty crazy performance considering this thing's carrying a GoPro as well on tiny little 3-inch props. Now, there's no oscillations. I didn't have any issues whatsoever, and we will find out the reason of why we were getting some bad video in just a second when we hand it over to CTC. Rightio, CTC, what did you think about the little Space Wolf zipping around in the air?
It was a little powerhouse, actually, and I was very surprised. It's got bigger motors than what you'd normally get on a 3-inch. I think they're about 1006, 3400 kV. Yeah. And I think you could see that. I think it'll probably carry a GoPro as well with that extra power without its performance being diminished too much. But look, it's a solid performer. It really is. It was ripping around like it was on rails. It was just able to pivot and turn like very few other quads, and it seemed to have a really good top speed as well down that track. It looked like it was really moving. How
do you think it's going to go versus your XJB, just on your first impressions before you even fly it?
Look, it looks comparable. It looks like it's going to go as well. From what I can tell, it looks like it's got a HG LRC stack in it, so it should perform very similarly. It's a similar type of frame and maybe a little bit heavier. It's got higher standoffs, I can see that, and obviously heavier motors, but I think that extra power is carrying it pretty well, and I think it's going to be comparable in performance.
Oh, the only difference is too, I changed out and quickly put an XT60 on there for us.
Yeah, which is a wise move. I think that's what I'd do too.
All right, ready to rip it around?
Yeah,
let's do it.
Alrighty. Well, straight off the bat, seems to be going well. Oh, having video issues.
Yep.
I think we might have it on 25 milliwatt instead of 100 or 200. Well, look, I don't think I'm able to fly it quite as well as you were able to, Stu. I'm not getting great video reception, but I think that's because it could be on 25 milliwatt. But just, I get up here and I start to lose it a bit. It gets a bit scary, but whoa, she's got some speed. She's got some get up and go for. It's got the go of the XJB, and it might even have a little bit more with that bigger motor. But I'm just a little wary of going too fast and too far at the moment with this VTX. I'm not really getting oscillation per se, but it's feeling a little bit weird. Maybe that's partly because of I'm using your radio, Stu, with the tiny little joysticks. But I'm starting to get used to it now and feel a bit more confident, but the only limiting factor is that VTX at the moment.
So you're getting some dropouts? Yeah,
but I just think it's because it's on 25 milliwatt. So I think that's easily fixed. That shouldn't reflect badly on the airframe at all, on the aircraft at all. Look, it's got punch. It seems to be handling this 4S really well. The camera seems to be very good actually. I'm getting a nice quality image, very flyable, a good quality CCD image, which is what I like. So I've got no complaint about the camera itself. Look, look, it's a great little flyer. I did complain. Oh, I've lost it. I've lost it. Can you see it?
No. Where is it, Cal? All right.
Beeper?
Yep, yeah, it does have a buzzer.
All right, we'll find it then.
Is it plugged in? You got video?
Yeah, no, that's what caused the...
You got nothing?
No. But as we get closer, we'll get it back, I'm sure.
All right, let's go for a little stroll.
I'm not flying it in its optimal configuration at the moment. If I sort out that VTX, I have a feeling it could be as good, if not better, than the XJB. But the way I'm flying at the moment with these video issues, look, we'll just try to sort it out and see if we can change the VTX and just see if we can get it flying to its optimum.
That's the buzzer, I think. Should be. I can hear it. And I'm going to let Cal get that out in the middle of that prickle bush.
Oh. Pretty good.
All right. All right, now we've got it back, Cal. 4 words, quick.
A great little flyer.
A great little flyer, okay.
3's enough.
I thought you were going to say, fix the VTX issues.
Yeah, that too. Well, that's a matter for us to fix. The reason I was having a VTX issue is because the antenna actually wasn't attached to the VTX. So,
alright.
Any criticism about this in terms of VTX performance, just forget about it.
Alright, so just for those people who might be new to the channel, let's just stop a minute. For those people who might be new to flying, well, how would we fix this? So the antenna's loose, what do we have to do?
Well, we have to get in there, probably take the top plate off just so you can get some good positive connection with these little, what do they call them?
UHF connectors.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're looking at home, this would take about 2 seconds. All you've got to do is connect this little bit. It just clips straight on the top inside there. So very easy. So if you didn't have those VTX issues, Cal, what would you think about this craft? If we did have the antenna attached, what would you think?
I think it'd be a great little 3-inch for anyone looking to get into 3-inch. You couldn't go far wrong with it. It's a solid frame. It's got some good powerful motors. Like I said, it's probably a little bit heavier than the XJB, but that's you know, with these powerful motors, that's not going to be an issue at all. I think it's probably going to carry a GoPro quite reasonably as well. So,
all right. Nice. Thanks, Cal.
No worries.
Radio CTC. Look, we've travelled light today. There's no Grumpy Trev, but what do you think we're going to get miles per hour when we do this with the speed run?
Oh, look, I think I remember the XJB doing about 87 mile an hour.
Yep.
So I think it's going to do very close to that. I think it might.
We've got a stick in there next to the camera.
Might exceed that. So let's give it the benefit of the doubt and give it 90.
Yeah,
I reckon it could do 90.
I'll go 85 then. A little bit more conservative. All right, you ready?
All right.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. We're going to be doing the speed run of the Space Wolf, the Fury B Space Wolf. It's a well-built little quad, I've got to say, and it's got a good stack in it. It seems to have good motors, big, powerful motors. So who knows how fast this thing will go at top speed, but we're expecting it to do great things. So let's see what it does. All right, I think we're in line with the track pretty good. Yep, let's do it. All right, let's see what this little sucker can do. It should be very XJB like, even though it's a little heavier, but it's a little more powerful too. 84! That's not bad for the first run, it really isn't. Now there is a bit of wind around today, but it's not influencing us down here. We're in a bit of a valley. Most of the wind is going over the top. Here we go. 84. So here we go. 97! 97! Oh my God, this is a 3-inch. This is doing virtually 100 miles an hour. This is crazy. Oh, he's back, he's back. Ooh. I got no shield today. Come on, no nips. Get out of here. Nick off. Nick off. I'm gonna disarm that thing before he can. Safely disarmed. He's not going to take a bite out of me today. No bloody way.
Rightio, so there it is. There's my part 2 review, the flight review of the Fury Bee Space Wolf. And overall, look, I'll put the links down below, but overall, I'm kind of a fan of this one. I mean, for a 3-inch racer, it's right up there. It's like the XJB. It's got a bit more powerful motors, and especially because it handled the GoPro okay, I was kind of surprised at that. So look, overall, I'm going to give this one a thumbs up, and that's kind of strange for Fury Bee because lately, you know, we've had some rubbish. I really haven't been liking the Fury Bee brand. I like the original, what was it, the Fury Bee X 215, that one was good, the Dark Max was okay, and then they just lost it with things like the Fire Dancer, all those sorts of ones. They were absolutely rubbish. We recently had the Stormer on the channel, and I'll leave a little card if you want to go watch that. It was like a 5-inch one. That one was okay, but I'm really happy with how this one turned out. So hopefully they get in their game back on track, because this is a great little 3-inch racer, and I'm not too sure of the price at this exact moment, but if you can get one for a good price, definitely snag it up, because if you can get it at a bargain, you're going to have a lot of fun. Anyway, drop your comments down below, or what do you think about this little one. Subscribe for more FPV related content, and as always, I gotta stop doing those wolf jokes. Happy flying. Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAV Futures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.